All right, so let's look at ABT. This is on Coinbase. I believe this is also on Mexc, but the last time we looked at this, here, I'm going to start on the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame is oversold, trying to get the bounce. The fact that this is pretty bullish to me. Let me zoom in a little bit to the fact that we're getting a higher high put in while the weekly is oversold. So that's a really good sign. The 3-day chart is just getting started. This probably is about to blast. I might add this to my portfolio this week. Like I might buy some of this later this week. The 2-day looks like it still has gas. You're making new all-time highs, and that's a good sign. And the daily is over. Wow. And it also hit our target. I looked at this a few days ago, or maybe it was a week ago. The target was $3.44. We already hit that. We went as high as $3.82. But the daily's overbought now, so be cautious on that. Let's go down to the 12-hour time frame and kind of see if we can see a flag forming on the smaller time frames. The 12-hour chart, again, is overbought. If we look at the 8-hour, that's overbought coming down. The 6-hour, same thing. But the 4-hour chart is oversold. That's kind of a little bit of a rounded top vibes, but at so the rounded top would be the bear scenario. The bullish scenario is that you're making a bull pennant here, and your measure move is the last local low. And your measure move to the upside would be around that $5 level, so we'll see if that can play out in the next coming days. But I would pretty much say now let's go. If this keeps going to the downside, if we don't get the bounce like right now, and if we lose $3.30, it's likely that this is going to continue to roll over, and this is a definitely rounded top on the smaller time frames. But for right now, as far as I'm concerned, this can still be a bull pennant if you hold this last local low and if you don't lose $3.30. If you lose $3.30, it's actually likely, if I go back to the 4-hour chart, it's likely that you go back down to that $2 level, or minimum, you go back down to $2.70 where you had 2 rejections off of. So that's what I'm looking at on ABT. Thank you for the request. It does look bullish to me if you hold 230 or 330. If you don't hold $3.30, it's likely we go back to the downside. Thank you for the request.